Hey dude, I'm studying for the Access quiz here. Which is bigger, a table or a database?
A database. Tables are in a database. Doesn't that make them smaller?
Oh yeah. But which is smaller, a field or a record?
Which one has the other in it? Are there fields in a record?
Well, yeah.
Are there records in a field?
No, I guess not.
You good then?
Sure, I guess. Okay, I just added a new record. Do I gotta hit the save button?
Did you move the insertion point to a different record?
Huh?
Did you tab off the record to a new one?
Oh, yeah, wait, now I did. Now I save?
Well, you can always save, but you don't need to unless you've changed something about a table, not just what's in it.
Okay, cool. What's a record again?
Dude, how many times I gotta tell you?
Row, record,
row. That means column is a field. Got it?
It's all so confusing. Hey, why can't I type over the top of the first field in the record here?
Because it's an auto number. You can't type in it. Access puts it there for you automatically.
But why can't I type X in a number field?
Is X a number?
No, but I can type 12 in a text field.
Yeah, because 12 can be text or a number. But unless you're in math class, X can't be a number.
Why can't I figure this stuff out? Hey, I'm trying to add another field to this table. Do I gotta use the create button?
Ay vey, dude. Remember design view?
Oh, that's right. I was just testing you.
Yes, you are testing me.
But see, I can't add it here.
That's because you're in datasheet view. Datasheet view is to add or look at data. Design view is to add fields.
Why are you so smart?
Because I actually read the textbook sometimes. You ought to try it.
Okay, I'll read. It says right here, I'm supposed to add a unique value for each record in the database.
That's called the primary key.
Well, I was thinking of using the first name. But what if I got two Daves? I heard a story about a mother once who had 23 sons and named them all Dave.
Okay, you don't use a person's name. You got to use a number. And if the table's called kids, then you call the primary key kids ID. Got it?
How'd you like to be Dave number 19?
Better than being here with you.
Hey, that's harsh. Hey, should I just use Dave's SSN, Social Security number, to tell them apart?
If you do that in real life, you're going to jail.
But this is not real life.
Is it just a fantasy?
Well, no, it's an exam.
Then go ahead and choose SSN, even though it's wrong.
What's this about foreigners being key to a database?
Well, you never learn to read. It's called foreign key. It's a way of enforcing referential integrity.
Referee Iglesias what?
No, referential integrity. Making sure that if you have a primary key in one table, it always matches up to the foreign key in another table.
Oh, I got it. So, if this one girl named Eileen has a bunch of customers in one table and a bunch of orders in the other,
do both tables have their own primary keys?
Let's see. Yep. But I'm supposed to make one of them the foreign key in the other table.
Do orders have multiple customers?
No, that'd be difficult. But a customer can have a lot of orders.
Then each order should have a customer ID in it, so you know who it belongs to, right?
Yep.
So bring the customer ID into the orders table as the foreign key.
I'll give it a whirl. But why am I doing this referential integration thing anyway?
You mean referential integrity?
Isn't that what I said?
Whatever. You do it to keep invalid data from being entered into your database tables.
What, you mean like orders that ain't got no customers? Yeah, that'd be bad. Who'd you send it to? If it were ice cream, you could send it to me.
Would you get back to work? Hey, I just read something. Will wonders never cease? It says something about compacting a database. What does that do? Well, same thing as a garbage compactor, except instead of squeezing, it rearranges your data to fit nicely in a smaller file size. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it says right here. Are you reading my book? I already read it. By the way, the butler does it. Hey, no spoilers. Okay, enough about tables. What's a query again? It's a way of displaying the data that matches a certain set of rules or criteria. You mean instead of seeing all the table data, just some of it? Exactly. But what if you got a couple things in your query definition, like knowing what city and how much was spent? Exactly. Exactly what? And what? What city and how much? That's the type of query you do. Not or, not, but and. Oh, gotcha. And just where do I put these rules? In the criteria row of the query design grid. You know, all those boxes at the bottom of the design view query. Okay. But what if I got a bunch of orders from a bunch of cities? Can I add up how much people in different cities are spending? You could. You could add a group by or a sum to your query. That's along with the average, min, and max. These are called aggregates. Aggregates? The gates to the city of Agra? What does Aladdin have to do with this? No, aggregates. And then like the genie, who can only give you 3 wishes, you can have as many aggregates in a query as you like. Well, you can have many aggregates as you want. Aggregates! Okay. Next, the book starts talking about calculated fields. What are they? That's when you that's when you want to add a value to your database based off something that's already in there. Like how old someone is based on their birthday. Yeah, that would work. But which one is the stored field and which is calculated? Well, birthday's already in there, so I guess it's stored. Yep, and that would make the age the calculated field. Boy, you're smart, aren't you? Somebody has to be. But how do I get access to do that calculation? Just use the expression builder. Easy for you to say. Where do you find that? Well, most folks just right-click on the field in the query view, but you can also do it by clicking the Design tab on the ribbon and looking in the Query Setup group for the Expression Builder tab. Do I gotta memorize that? You'd do better if you did. Okay. Alright, bringing it up. I guess you can just do simple math here, like item price times item quantity, right? Yeah, but you gotta know the right syntax. Tax on my sin? What the heck are you talking about? Syntax, the words and rules Access uses to create calculations. Like if I'm using one of those here fancy schmancy built-in functions, all them words with the funny brackets around them. Yes, those are called placeholders. They tell you that you have to put some field names there. Okay, but what if I'm just doing plain old multiplication? As in, I worked 40 hours and got $15 an hour and didn't bring anything home. Do I use the X like in algebra class? No, that's not computer syntax. Use the asterisk for multiplication. You know, the star key. Oh yeah, Shift 8, gotcha. Okay, just finishing up typing this. Hey, where the heck did this expression 1 come from? XPEX per 1? That's just the name Access assigns to a new calculated field. You can change it whenever you want. Okay, and if they want me to make a change to something like a formatting or captioning a calculated field, where do I go to do that? You got to do it on the property sheet, that thing that displays on the side of the screen when you click the property sheet button. I said that because I knew you were going to ask. Are we done with query questions? I guess so. Oh, wait, no. Sometimes I need to do stuff in that horrible SQL window. What are the words I use there? Well, if you're trying to get stuff out of the database, you'd use the select keyword. But what if I'm trying to sort the results? then use order by. What are all the words? Select, from, where, order by, group by. Yeah, but what's if there's conditions? That's where. You don't use the word condition. And if I'm done with all the words and columns and stuff, then you end it with a semicolon. You know, the one you use for a winky face. Oh, well that's T and Q. Now on for F for forms, right? Yep, how many views? For forms, 3, I think. Yeah, but which one is the one where you can see all the dots and lines? Oh yeah, that's design view. But I really don't understand how to make a form. Is there an easier way? Of course, just use the report wizard. It'll help you. Okay. Now, if I remember right, most forms are used as a place for people to put new information for the database. But we also did this thing where we added buttons. What are those called? They're called controls. Oh, yeah, now I remember. I think I'm done with form questions. What? Already? Wow, you must be getting smart or something. Don't count on it. Let's just talk about reports, okay? All right, how many different views are there? I think it's design, layout, report, and print preview. Yep, and those are the only 4. Don't get fooled by any others. 2 of them are kind of the same, though. You can do the same things like moving things around or sorting, right? Yep, those are design and layout. Design has all the dots and lines, but layout's easier to see. Okay. Just one more report question. How can I tell where the data for the report's coming from? Don't forget the property sheet and look under the record source. Ha! So that's it. TQFR is done. I'm ready, right? Don't forget macros. Oh yeah, the little M. When you set up a bunch of commands that do something automatically, right? The ones that sometimes appear in the navigation bar, right? Yep, but what are those called? The ones in the navigation bar? Well, since they're not embedded in something else, I guess they're standalone, right? Congratulations! You named 2 types of macros and 1 answer. There's one more. Oh yeah. The kind where it changes the data in the field all by itself? Yep, called a data macro. Standalone macros, you set off by double-clicking. But what sets off any of the embedded or data macros? Ooh, that'd be a trigger. Nope, that's what some people think, but it's really an event that triggers a macro. That sounds like something we could argue about. Yep, we could, but we've come to the last question in the quiz, and you gave us the answer for that one too. Argument? Yep. So are we done? Well, have you memorized all this that we've talked about? No. Then let's do it again. What if I say yes? Then let's not do it again. Let's go take the quiz. How about you take it for me? I think that could be arranged.